As you might be able to tell, based on the fact that there is a fan whirring over my head, and you can actually hear the robot taxi them out the door, I'm in Jamaica. But you have some foolishness that transcend national boundaries, transnational foolishness. I'm talking about foolishness of the level of swine flu and avian flu epidemic foolishness. And primarily this foolishness has to do with the careless use of the broadcast button on BlackBerry Messenger. Oh, yeah, they never know some have to spell it. No, I'm not going to talk to you about the dangers of broadcasting because I believe we have all spoken about that. What I'm here to do now is troubleshoot, because I find that we need to move into problem solving. But the one thing that I will say is this: sending a broadcast message is the equivalent of standing up in the middle of halfway tree and shouting at no one in particular. You're not certain that anyone is listening, and you might get stabbed if you do it for too long. Okay? So, to the people who send broadcast messages to complain about receiving too many broadcast messages, what you have just done is the equivalent of stabbing someone to show them that stabbing someone is wrong. It's killing someone to show that killing someone is wrong. Your BlackBerry has become the technological equivalent of the death penalty. It's senseless and it doesn't really curb crime. Stop it. Because what you're doing is bitch-assness. You don't want to say to the person who just sent you the broadcast message, do not send me any more of these. So what you do is decide to load them up to everyone so that they should hopefully feel bad and take you off of their broadcast list. However, since we all have friends in common, chances are I received the first broadcast message and now you're one little broadcast message behind it. Do you know who I'm upset at? Not the person who sent the first one. I did done mark them off already and they're on the verge of getting deleted. I am upset at you because you actually thought this was a logical path to take in trying to get your message across. Man up, talk to the person directly. Do not do this foolishness anymore. Second thing. 2 years later, I can't believe this broadcast message is still going around. You know the one. It has a whole list of emoticons on it. The emoticons are not even good looking. They are rudimentary and look like they were drawn by a 3-year-old with absolutely no artistic skills. However, this broadcast message promises that if you send it to everyone, these stupid emoticons are going to be yours to share with the world. And you send it. No. On the 5th send, has it worked for you once yet? No, it hasn't. It hasn't worked for anyone. And the amount of years this thing going around, I cannot believe we're still talking about it. Look here. When people send you anything and the things that you have to forward to everybody because something magical is going to happen, your phone is going to turn into a spaceship and you're going to go to Mars, or you can party with Katy Perry and E.T., could you please just ask 3 simple things? Actually, 3 simple words. Did it work? Just go to the person who sent the message to you and ask them, did it work? And if it did not work, then do not send it, because BlackBerry messaging is becoming something that is self-replicating like poverty and crime in the third world, and we need to put a stop to it. Next thing, if I did not try to come to your house to watch whatever TV show that you are watching with you, chances are I don't want to know your opinion. So please stop sending these broadcast messages to update me on what just happened in the show. I do not care that Stefano is still alive and well. I do not care that Hope has come back from the dead as her evil twin yet again. I do not care that anybody has scored a goal, and I do not care that anybody has taken a wicket. Oh yeah, they never know some have to spell it. It's like they never understand and me attack about it. The rule of thumb is this: if I did not make the effort to come and watch it with you, chances are I don't. I know we all want to live social and we imagine that, oh, the whole wide world is on our BlackBerry. No. Select some friends from a BlackBerry, open a group chat, or better yet, put it on Twitter and let your timeline pick, choose, and refuse. Okay? Because while I can ignore you there, I cannot ignore you here. Next thing, I know that we all saw that commercial where the people use the messaging to find the little girl or the lost dog or whatever it is, and we all think that we're going to change the world with BlackBerry. And you know what? I respect that. If it is that somebody need help or something, send out the message. Make we help people do anything we can. However, can you please double check? Can you please just double? Can you use your 2-yard man read before it is that you send anything to me? Send me a message saying that there's a baby in the hospital that need blood and I must go now. Don't help me. What baby? What hospital? What country? We must just go to any hospital in any country and say there's a baby here that needs blood. No, I know in theory there is a baby somewhere that needs blood, and Jamaican blood bank is woefully under-resourced. I understand that, and if this is blood bank's ploy to get blood into the place without actually spending money on a campaign, bully for you. But otherwise, it don't make any type of sense. Could you double check that the phone number has all of the digits? If it doesn't, check the person who sent it before you and ask them, is there a digit missing or is this foolishness? Could you double check that you know the country that you're talking about? Could you double check that Oh, I don't know. The email that's address that is on it is not youdamnfool@gmail.com. Could you please just double check some things before you send this foolishness on to me? Please? Thank you. I know that your mother invested in your education, and I know that most of you are at least semi-literate. Could you please try? And finally, I hear that RIM might not be making as much money as they were at one point in time, right? But the fact is they're still a big company, and I'm sure that they can hire at least one person to spell check the stuff that they send out. So, first thing, if RIM wanted to contact all of their users, they would not be doing it via broadcast message. They would be using the media like everyone else. Second thing, if they were contacting us via broadcast message, it would not be a broadcast message with spelling and grammatical errors in there. So when you get this message from RIM, and I know it's very easy for you to get frightened, you know, because if them put the little R inside of the circle or the little C inside of the circle and them spell the man who own RIM name right, then all of a sudden everybody say, oh, this must be an official message and I need to send it out. But could you just spell check? If there are C's where S's should be, it's probably not from RIM. If it's a broadcast message claiming to come from RIM, it's probably not from RIM. If it is a broadcast message claiming that RIM is about to kick people off of the network because the network is overcrowded, it is not from RIM. When a telecommunications company gets to the point where their network is overcrowded, do you know what they do? Sink money into infrastructure and take over the world.
I want the BEM, I want the baby shack and a pop down crane. Give a dopey night at the DEA. Them better go and gully creep like ICE.
Because what you want is for your network to be overcrowded because it means that people are buying your products. You do not, however, threaten them and send them over to the competitor because you cannot handle them. You don't force them to verify themselves. Okay? More people equal more money. RIM is not going to send out a message to kick people off, and they're certainly not going to send it out with Digicel, Lime, or Verizon name in it. RIM only business with RIM, and it's not promoting for anyone. Please, please, as a people, can we text responsibly? Because you are going to drive me to violence. I have deleted several of you and I have been rude to others, and I will continue to do so until you do it. I know that sending this message is going to somehow reaffirm your love for God, but I feel this is something that you should do in your quiet times in the morning rather than in the middle of your lunch break via a BlackBerry message, because I know that God sees all and knows all, but I don't think that He's paying attention to your broadcast. Okay? Thank you. Goodbye.
T-I-F-A. Coming like some people in the ear, Mr. T-Fast, I'm going to spell out T-I-F-A. You don't know ever woman ever act and whatever ready. Anyways, when I get it this time, I wish you W-E-L-L. Well, you know what I'm talking about? As a matter of fact, I don't talk, I'm S-P-E-L-L. Tell it all, yeah. I want it them. Me are the B-A-D-D-E-S-T. Ya gal can't chat, cause she L-A-M-E. Them a P-R-E, them can't be M-E.